toughest energy challenges. By Gillette, great things start with limited edition Gillette Fusion Pro Glide. And by BMW, we only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Let's send it down to Andrea Kramer.
Thank you very much, Dan. Well, Michael Phelps, come here, I'm talking to you. Come here, hold on. You just became the first male swimmer to make 4 Olympic teams, which is quite an accomplishment. And yet, not been in this position where you have been beaten by someone in this race ever. So how does this set up for you in London?
I mean, the biggest thing and the hardest thing for us is coming to trials and making the team. You know, we've always had deep stacked fields, and you know, being able to come and kind of get the first race out of the way and sort of get that monkey off your back, I think is something that was very important for me to do tonight. And you know, Ryan and I have had a lot of tough races with one another, and we had, you know, this is our second time in this pool. We had a pretty good race. So, you know, we have a couple weeks to get ready for London, and hopefully we can have another good one.
Now, your coach told me that you still have a lot of room to get better. Do you anticipate swimming this race in London?
Yes. You know, this is something that, you know, I think over the next 3 weeks, you can get a lot of work done. And you know, being able to come down from altitude, I was able to get a lot of work done there. But this is just a baby step. And you know, Ryan knows just like I do that the race that counts happens in a couple weeks.
Thanks very much, Michael. Brian, congratulations. You have not beaten Michael Phelps in this event. What did it take to do that?
Well, I mean, years and years of training. But like he said, like, this is just a baby step. Really, the big picture is U.S. trying to take over the world in a couple weeks. So, I mean, we have the 2 best swimmers right now, and we're going to go out there and show the world something.
You now will go into London, though, as the hunted, not the hunter. What difference does that make for you?
Well, that's what you guys think. I still think I'm the hunter. So, I mean, that's just the way I put my mindset in going into each year. So, I feel like I'm the hunter, trying to catch him. So.
All right, thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it. Danny.
Thanks, Andrea. A little posturing there by both Lochte and Phelps based on what you've seen and the training left. Do you think Phelps can close the gap on Lochte? We can have an even bigger duel for Olympic gold?
I no doubt it's going to be closer, Dan, in London. I think Michael and Ryan both get the fact that the only thing that really matters is the Olympic Games, and getting your hand on the wall first or second here at the Olympic trials, it really doesn't matter. These guys are both not rested, and they'll be ready in about 3.5 weeks.
It's amazing. 4 years ago when Phelps swore off this event, it's such grueling training, but here he is back in the 400 IM, and again, it's the first event at the Olympic Games.
But Dan, he's a pro. I mean, he's been doing this for 12 years. I mean, he knows exactly what to do, how to manage his energy, how to manage his time. So I think as he goes along, he doesn't want to give that event up. It's the very first day. He has a chance to win the first time 3 back-to-back-to-back titles in the 400 IM.
Yep, that has never been done in Olympic history here in swimming as we get set for the women's 100 fly, semifinal number 1. Top 8 advance to the finals tomorrow night. And there is Natalie Cogden, now 29 years old, an 11-time Olympic medalist. This event mostly a warm-up for her, although you never know who might emerge in the top 2 as Cogden looks for her 3rd Olympic berth. There she is in lane 5. And Claire Donahue's in lane 4. Very impressive 23-year-old from Western Kentucky who turned in the 2nd best time behind Dana Vollmer, who we'll see in semifinal number 2. New wrinkle this year in the blocks is that thin on the blocks there, Rowdy. What's that for?
Well, you see it right there, Dan. What it does is it improves velocity as you go in the water. There's 5 different settings on that, so it's adjustable. It's all sort of like a starter's block in track and field. It really helps with slippage. Your back foot doesn't slip, and it's a better entry. Fastest and furthest is what you want to do when you get off to a great start, and that fin really helps that.
So Cogden is in lane 5. Donahue is in lane 4 above her. And in lane 6 below Cogden is Christine Magnuson, the silver medalist 4 years ago in Beijing, who has not performed to that kind of level in the 4 years since. Donahue, Cogden, and Magnuson in the middle of the pool to keep an eye on.
Well, now it starts getting important this morning when the prelims happen. Remember, it's only about the top 16. Now you cannot take any chances, especially in this first semi, because you don't know what's going to happen in that second semi. Claire Donahue was nearly flawless for about 70 meters. And there she is right there, taking it out very fast, too, in lane number about right there under the wall, but she's so good until about right here. And that's where things start to tighten up a little bit. Natalie looking much better than she did this morning. Right there with that right half, looking very strong going in, but both look good to move on to the next level.
So Coughlin trying to hang on. Chelsea Floyd in lane 3 coming on as well. Coughlin stretching ahead. In lane 5, who's it going to be? Coughlin just over Donahue and Floyd, who tie for second. Chelsea Floyd, 21-year-old from the University of Tennessee, gets in there to tie for second, but Coughlin leads the way.
Well, what this does, Dan, is it opens this event totally wide open. There's that fin back there that all the swimmers push off with their back foot. See that great classic entry? You want to get into the water very cleanly, and it's almost like you go down a slide head first, and watch Coughlin at the end here. Nice finish on the end, a little long maybe, but a great stretch. She's so good at stretching into the wall. But this second spot is wide open now.
Yeah, we were saying that it might be just more of a warm-up race for Coughlin, but based on that performance, who knows? Floyd and Donahue share second. Christine Magnuson, the silver medalist, finishes fourth. Back with more in a moment.
The radical new MacBook Pro with Retina display. Innovation in every dimension.
Nice.